5th, 2024. Peace is a part to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this afternoon. More calls on police to leave Rivers Council Secretariat. Rivers residents express concerns over incident of truck accident in the state. FRSC says no law stopping heavy-duty vehicles from moving during daytime. Investigation reveals some schools in Rivers State still use Arise, O Compatriot national anthem. NCDC activates emergency centers as death toll for cholera outbreaks rises. Now on the foreign scene, China's space probe returns with first samples from Moon's far side. I'm Ifichuku Moyana with the news. Now, as the police continue to barricade the 23 local government headquarters in Rivers State following the ongoing crisis there, a Port Harcourt-based lawyer, Vincent Chukwu, has urged the Inspector General of Police to order his men to leave the council premises. Recall that following the protest by pro-Wike and pro-Sim groups at the various council headquarters, the IGP had asked his men to remain there until the Court of Appeal makes pronouncement over the suit on the assembly crisis. But Mr. Chukwu tells correspondent Yobioroware that the IGP's reason for the continued barricade of the council headquarters is a clear takeover of the responsibility of the court. Now, he urged the IGP not to arrogate to himself the power of the court.
The IG tended to constitute itself into a court to make order that except the matter in court is disposed of by the Court of Appeal, they would not allow anybody access the council. The move is very unproductive and is very, very unconstitutional. Assuming that the Court of Appeal determines this matter by next year, January, the IG may be being used by some undemocratic forces to truncate the governance of Rivers State. The police can be around and take charge of affairs of the in and out of persons moving into the council.
The lawyer said a court has invalidated the tenure elongation, and as such, the former council chairman cannot still claim to be in charge of the 21 local government areas in the state.
There is no other prevailing judgment that law has been struck down and pronounced null and void. It is not a question of the Martin Amehule faction of the House Assembly has not been pronounced to be illegal or whatever. No, that law specifically has been pronounced null and void. So that law to seek to elongate the tenures of the local government. So there is no argument there justifying the barricade of the local government council, because no law too is made in retrospect. No law acts in retrospect.
As you may know, 21 out of the 23 immediate past council chairmen have insisted on retaining their position as chairman despite the end of their 3-year tenure on 17 June. Yesterday, they held a protest at their council's backing the continuous police barricade of the council headquarters and criticizing the setting up of 23 caretaker chairmen by Governor Siminalayi Fubara, describing it as unlawful. Away from that, residents of Rivers State have shared their concerns following the recent incident of truck accident in the state. Now, this comes after a tanker fell near the Port Harcourt International Airport roundabout yesterday. The second incident involving tanker carrying gas cylinders. Some of them who spoke to our correspondent advised that heavy-duty vehicles ply the road at night to minimize traffic and reduce the rate of accidents in the state.
Nobody to give them order, say no pass. We landlord when we're around this area now, we don't fight with them, we don't tire. Nothing you can do except you grade the road for them.
When they are moving, they should be careful. They should not enter bending corner with speed. They should move gently. It's good for them to move in the night than daytime.
And some of them, with their U-turn and turning around to get to where they are going, those things used to cause traffic. So it's better they move in the night.
I think if they want to start moving from 10 should be better, not from something like 6, 8, 7, because those times are still busy. From 10 is safer for the masses, for trailers to move.
But the Rivers State Sector Commander for the Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC, Christopher Goje, said there is no law in Nigeria prohibiting heavy-duty vehicles from plying roads during the daytime. Mr. Goje told our correspondent that the FRSC has been advocating against night travel due to the dangers.
Stopping vehicles from traveling at night will require a law backing it. As it stands now, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria did not stop anyone from traveling at any point in time. Nevertheless, road safety has been advocating over the years that people should not use the night because of inherent dangers.
The FRSC boss in Rivers State also said that the state lacks designated roads for heavy-duty vehicles, unlike Lagos State and some other states in Nigeria.
Indeed, it's okay in some states where roads are designated, especially in Lagos. You have last mile and other states where they have made local laws to ensure that the local routes are properly used and utilized. But for federal highway, we don't have that kind of designated route in our state here. So until that is done, for now, we don't have any.
He added that there is a law requiring all passenger vehicles and heavy-duty vehicles to install speed limiting devices. He further said failure to comply with the law will warrant an arrest.
Road safety have in place a law that have mandated all passenger carrying vehicles as well as heavy-duty trucks and trailers to install speed limiting device in their vehicle or risk being arrested. So that law is there, and that is why over the time we have been making arrests in relation to this. And so we are advising all road users who are using either trailer, tankers or trucks as well as passenger-driven vehicles to ensure they install speed limiting device in their vehicle.
Now, yesterday morning, at least 6 people were injured after a tanker fell and hit a taxi while trying to turn at the Port Harcourt International Airport roundabout. A section of the road from the airport roundabout to near Alo C4I junction was cordoned off as motorists fled for their lives after seeing mist escaping from the gas cylinder in the fallen tanker. The police, FRSC, and men of the fire service were at the scene. One of the victims, a taxi driver, spoke to our correspondent.
So when I was coming, when I get close to the airport roundabout, I saw a truck carrying a gas cylinder, and he was coming with speed. So when he get to the roundabout, instead of him to apply brake, and the road that lead to the greater roundabout, they are working on it, so they block the road. So he was thinking the road is free. So when he get to the place, he now use that force and wheel from the roundabout to turn. So when I saw him, I now match brake. So the gas truck now fell close to my car and damaged my car. Beyond here, my car is out of shape.
Some eyewitnesses also spoke about the incident.
You see the video of the gas that came out of this thing. For over 1 hour, the whole place was covered with gas thick. In fact, as it is, environmental as a pollution assessment should be conducted in this place. Those of us that were mechanic workshop here, the whole mechanic workshop, more than 50 cars. Those that were able to start, some people confused, they cannot even start their car. They run come out. The driver was seriously wounded, taken to hospital. Thank God for the small Camry that was there. The car was just beside the truck somersaulted through so he hit the car on the back. But thank God no life was lost there.
The surveillance team on petroleum and gas from the Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources was at the scene of the incident but declined comment. As you may know, early this month, 3 people died after a tanker carrying 8 gas cylinders exploded at the Obinukwere flyover along the East-West Road in Port Harcourt. Moving on, some residents of Ozoba in Port Harcourt have expressed concerns over the deplorable state of the internal roads in the area. In an interview, they told a correspondent that the roads which serve as the alternative route to Choba due to the construction of the flyover are now impassable. They called on the River State government to intervene and repair these internal roads.
Sometimes we fall because of bad road. And where we're supposed to pay 100 naira, we pay 300. From here to Choba market, they usually collect 300. Now it's 400.
Any day rain fall, if you don't have a rain boot, you cannot come out.
Just a few rain, the water will from the road and enter into the street. If you come here when there is raining, you not even differentiate where the gutter is and where the main road is. So we are calling for the intervention of the state government.
Now it's worse than any other thing you can even think. In a day, 3 cars, 4 cars sink. People that own car there, they don't used to come out with their car anymore. And as you are coming out, you come with your bottled water because after passing the road, you have to wash your leg.
They said that the company that is working the flyover will come and do something, but up till now, I've not seen anything. We're even planning to block the road.
Meanwhile, some business owners in the area also spoke on how the poor road conditions have affected their businesses.
The whole motor that move from here to Choba and other places, this is the road where they use. You can open the shop, stay from morning till evening here. Nobody compensate you. Nobody buy anything. It remains small. That place could have killed some children last week.
There's no way somebody can pass to come and patronize. Even you that owns the shop, you get tired of coming to, because they don't even see where to match your leg to come to the shop. If they want to buy something, they prefer entering bus to drop a place where they can have access to get their things.
The access road then for first prepare them and take all those quota where they remove. Take few some parties before they start their job. But Nigeria then put everybody under suffering.
It's really affecting my business because my customers cannot clear and buy market from me.
Our correspondent visited streets like Ikezam, Wosu, and Chinda by Pipeline Road linking to Ozoba and Rumokwachi, and reports that these roads are not only flooded but also riddled with potholes. In other news, some primary and secondary schools in Port Harcourt say they still sing the previous anthem because the new national anthem is difficult to learn. This comes almost a month after President Bola Tinubu signed the National Anthem Bill 2024 into law, reverting to the old anthem, Nigeria We Hail Thee. In an interview with our correspondent, teachers in these schools said they need time to learn the new national anthem before they teach their students.
We are still teaching them now, Even most of us, we are not born. Even they that brought it, many of them cannot recite it, you understand? But we've been teaching them.
But it's very difficult to understand it because the lyrics there, to sing it is just like something that they just impose on us unexpectedly. So what we will do now is to write it down on the board, then we'll be learning it. I believe gradually. It's not a hasty thing. Gradually, we will perfect it, but it's very, very difficult.
Most of us, we don't know it. We have to browse it, you understand? Write it down on the board for them to learn. If not, no way.
No, they say it's difficult. So we try. We are trying to learn it now. We teachers will first learn it before teaching them.
Also, some teachers whose students have started singing the new national anthem shared the methods they use in teaching them.
The school administrator ensured that the students learn it on the assembly ground. The audio was played for the students to listen to the lyric, and then they learned it verse by verse. And she also went ahead to ensure that the civic education teachers made the national anthem part of their continuous assessment test.
Okay, so learn it in Congress and we learn it in class. Okay, so there's a cardboard paper that students hold up. Okay, 2 students have to hold up the cardboard paper with the lyrics written on it, and they rehearse with the band sing. So when it's time for national anthem, this national anthem is held up and students sing based on what they see from the cardboard paper.
We use myself and can teach them because we are trying to learn it ordinarily. We know that, so I have to go through this soap occasion. We were able to get it.
Meanwhile, the Rivers State Director of the National Orientation Agency, Young Ayotamono, says anyone still singing the old national anthem is violating the law. He said they are visiting schools to assess compliance with the new national anthem. Still to come, CAC says business registration can now be completed in 24 hours.
This is the news.
Yeah, welcome back, and now the rest of the news. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has activated its emergency center as the death toll in the recent outbreak of cholera reached 53 nationwide. Now, this was disclosed in an update by the agency. It said after a risk assessment of the cholera situation, which placed the country at a high risk of increased cholera transmission, the agency has activated the National Cholera Emergency Operations Center. The NCDC said as of 24 June, more than 1,000 suspected cases and 53 deaths have been recorded across 30. Ambassador for the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, Michael Nwabufo, has announced that business registration can now be completed within 24 hours via the new special registration portal. Mr. Nwabufo urged business owners to utilize this service and meet the 7th July deadline for mandatory registration set by the CAC and the Central Bank of Nigeria. In entertainment, Nigeria's singer Davido and his longtime girlfriend Chioma Rowland are getting married today. In a video earlier shared by UK-based Nigerian pastor Toby Adeboyega, Davido was seen inviting people to the wedding. In sport, Rangers International Football Club, along with celebrities and fans, will today pay tribute to the late Nollywood actor John Okafor, popularly known as Mr. Ibu, with a novelty match celebrating his comedic career.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
China's lunar probe Chang'e 6 has successfully returned to Earth, with the first samples from the moon's unexplored far side landing in Inner Mongolia after a risky 2-month mission. Scientists are eager to analyze these samples for insight into planetary formation, marking China's second successful landing on the challenging far side of the moon since 2019.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
That's a wrap on the news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. A Port Harcourt-based lawyer has joined a call on the police to leave Rivers Council Secretariat. Rivers residents have expressed concerns over incidents of truck accidents in the state. FRSC says there is no law stopping heavy-duty vehicles from moving during the daytime. In other foreign scene, China's space probe has successfully returned to Earth with first samples from the moon's far side. The news was edited by Constance Mega. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyeli. Many thanks for listening.